the class of 2024. We acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guests. Mr. Garth Mackenzie, Chairman of the School Board, or Acting Principal, Mr. Liston Aiken, or Acting Vice Principal, Mrs. Swan Daly, and other members of the School Board. Mr. Marlon Henney, Gaynstead's Vivacious PTA President, and our guest speaker, Opposition Junior Spokesperson on Finance and Planning, Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson. A hearty welcome to you all. We welcome the spirited team of the Gaynstead academic staff, the industrious administrative and dedicated auxiliary staff. Proud families, friends, and well-wishers, we welcome you to this auspicious event of celebration. This evening marks the end of an incredible journey, but also the beginning of a new one. We stand here to celebrate the outstanding achievements of the graduating class. As you look back on your journey, take pride in the knowledge you've gained, the challenges you've overcome, and the friendships you've built. Let us create a warm and supportive atmosphere for these graduates as they embark on the next exciting chapter of their lives.
I'm going to ask everyone to stand again for the national anthem. Please remain standing while we have our scripture reading. Kedron Broderick, our head boy, will be coming at this time.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Today's scripture reading will be taken from the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, reading from verse 1 to 11. Wisdom is better than gold. The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. Commit your works to the Lord, and your thoughts will be established. The Lord made all for himself, yes, even the wicked for the little. Everyone proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord, though they join forces, none will go unpunished. In mercy and truth, atonement is provided for iniquity, and by the fear of the Lord, one departs from him. When a man ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. But it is a little with righteousness that vast revenues without justice. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. Divination on the lips The divination on the lips of the king, his mouth must not transgress in judgment. Honest weights and scales are the Lord's, all the weights in the bag are his word. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
We're going to be doing our school song. It's in your program. Ready? After 2, 1, 2. Where the gently rising Legany slopes toward Warwicker Hills, proudly stands our alma mater, dire need she fills. None scholar, Sepita, Discimos, flag of Gaynstead, wave prima loose, summer months, may the students achieve. When the shades of evening deepen, why tread thy vacant halls? Still the haunting deep persuasion of thy spirit calls. None's the light goes dimmer, darkness lurks within the soul. Rays of hope and youth will shine from thy portals roll. None's the light, set between Discivos, flag of Gaynstead, wave prima loose, summer's months, may the students achieve. May the students achieve. May the students achieve. Put your hands together for yourselves. You may be seated. And at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Julian Robinson, Member of Parliament, to come, and he will be greeting us at this time. Put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much, Madam Master of Ceremonies. Let me acknowledge the Chairman of your school board, Mr. Garth Mackenzie, and the other members of the school board who are here. I want to acknowledge the principal, Mr. Egan, and the other members of the academic and other staff members of Gaynstead. My colleague, the counsel for the Trafalgar Division, Jesse James Clark, the parents and well-wishers who are here, and most importantly, I want to acknowledge our graduates who are taking a significant step today to leave high school and move on to some further studies and into the world of work. I want to give God thanks for allowing us to be here. 2 weeks ago, it's 2 weeks already, not even 2 weeks, 10 days ago, we had Mrs. Barrett who visited us. Fortunately for us in the corporate area, we were not as badly affected as others have been in Manchester and St. Elizabeth. So we always have to be grateful for small mercies and the fact that we're here, we have life, we have strength. We may have had some inconvenience, but in all things we give thanks to the Lord for sparing us. I want to acknowledge the tremendous work that the graduates have done over 5 years to be here. And to say to you as you leave Gaynstead, I want you
with remarkable achievements in netball. And we want to say, there's a gentleman who has been with us for quite a few years, and he has really dedicated free time to the program. We want to acknowledge Mr. Derek Brown, who has been with the program. Can put your hands together for Pastor Brown, who has been with the program and has really dedicated himself to the program over the years. And we now have Mr. Marks and Mr. Sweeney, who are dedicating their time to the football project. and we know that they are going to eventually really do us proud. Put your hands together for them. We did well in our extracurricular activities. Our cadets, our key club, our 4-H, chillax club, computer club, our domino club, and so many other clubs that were enforced at our school. And each activity has provided an opportunity for leadership and growth. I want to mention this especially. A year or so ago, a wonderful lady named Mrs. Suan Daly said she wanted to start an after-school program. And she pressed and pressed until we were able to establish the G Hope Center, where after-school program homework is done after school, and we were able to collaborate with the Rotary Club of New Gaynstead, and they were able to put in desks and chairs and a television, and the room is now being used for homework. And so I want to say to Mrs. Daly, stand up for us, Mrs. Daly, who pressed and ensured that the program happened. I want to say thanks very much, because this program has been instrumental. I want to say thanks to the guidance counselor and to our nurse. And some of you ladies should be clapping because you love to go to nurse. And we want to say thank you to our guidance counselor, our nurse. Our active PTA, you have been tremendous. Our board, you have kept us on our toes. Sir Henny, I don't know, you have anybody else here? You don't have any more children? Yeah. All right, Mr. Henry, how long have you been here, sir? The last one is, could you stand for us, Mr. Henry? He has been with us, what, 7 years? Or 9? About 9 years as the president of the PTA. Could you put your hands together for Mr. Henry? We want to say thanks to MP Julian Robinson for his contribution from time to time. We received a water tank, and he was instrumental in speaking in court to ensure that we get that tank. Thank you very much, Sir Robinson. Thanks to the host of the Old Student Association and other past students for your contribution from time to time. However, on a more sober note, we had to bid farewell to our beloved principal, Judy Henriquez, who had served the institution somewhere about 24 years. And she left us in December. And we want to say thanks, Ms. Henriquez, for having served us. We also bid farewell to Mrs. Kadian Garibaldi and Mrs. Muir, who went on to greener pastures, and soon we will be saying goodbye to one other of our stalwarts, and you will probably hear more about it. But if you return in September, you may not see Mr. Mackenzie. But he has been a tower of strength, and before he even got, we are gonna miss you. Sir Mac, we're going to miss you, Sir Mac. And so could we put our hands together for a wonderful friend and teacher. Just a great man. As a family, we also mourn the tragic loss of two of our students, Kanye West and Russian Road. Their death shook us, but we were able to overcome. As we celebrate today, let us remember that each accomplishment, each challenge, we can overcome them. To our graduates, you who give me little trouble, yeah. All those of you who give me a little more gray hair, and those of you who are so kind and nice. But guess what happened? In every family, you have the little trouble one, and you have the quiet one. But we love you all just the same. All the same. So, to you who are graduating, as the chairman said, don't forget Gaynstead. Non scalae sed vitae discipus. Learn not for school, but for life. Use up the skills you got. Lead. Don't get involved in this scamming and the other stuff. Ensure that you lead in this society. And we're looking forward to great things from you. So, once again, class of 2024, yeah, you can shake your head and say no. Led by Jabari. That's how you are, when you stand up. Yes. Lead. Do well. Bring your certificate to me and let me see them. When you go to college, bring back those certificates. We want to see them. And God bless you. I'm going to ask you to stand for me, please. There's the class. There's the class. Bow your heads, please. Shh. We're going to pray for them. I want parents, teachers, everyone to point towards them as we pray. Lord, we commit this batch of young people to you. Give them into your hand. We know that the enemy wants to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But we ask you to cover them. Cover them with your grace and with your power. Cover them with your love, your wisdom as they navigate life going forward. We give every young man, every young woman standing here today into your care, and we thank you for the blessing that you are already pouring out into their lives. In Jesus' name, amen. Lord bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Aiken, our acting principal. We have a special item for you graduates, and this is coming from members of staff. We want you to have a million dreams, but we don't want you to spend your time sleeping. We want you to go out there and try to achieve, some of those dreams. Okay?
That I call my own. can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call us crazy. We can live in a world that we design.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take.
Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is
Special each one there to make me smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our mind. I don't care, so call us crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
however big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me.
You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world you close our eyes to see, close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. Put your hands together for Mr. So guys, we want you to dream, and we want you to have grand dreams and go out there. We have already done our best. We have given you the tools, and we know that you will go out there and accomplish great things. Without any further ado, we're going to hear from our head girl, Athalia Hemmings, and she will be coming with the valedictory address. Put your hands hands together for her one more time. Mr. Garth Mackenzie, Chairman of the School Board, or Acting Principal, Mr. Liston Aiken, or Acting Vice Principal, Mrs. Swan Daly, and other members of the board, Mr. Marlon Ennie, or PTA, President, and other members on the Industrial School Board, Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson, Opposition Junior Spokesperson on the Finance and Planning or Keynote Speaker, teachers, and other members of the Gaynstead family, parents and well-wishers, good afternoon to you all. As we gather here today on the brink of our future, it is my honor and privilege to stand before you as your valedictorian, not just to celebrate our achievements, but to reflect on our journey at Gaynstead High in the preparation for the vast horizon that awaits us. Each of us had our own unique experience at Gaynstead High, a combination of good and bad times of laughter, enjoyment, fun, frustration, even times when we honestly couldn't bother with school, times when the teachers were teaching, we would ask each other, "On the lunchtime yet?" Right, Louise? Right. Just because we wanted to leave class. Times when we studied last minute for our exam we had the next day. The seemingly impossible deadlines for our SBAs and moments of self-doubt. Yet, here we are, emerged, stronger, smarter, and ready to take on our future. One of the most valuable aspects of our time here has been the friendships and the memories that we have created. We have navigated the ups and downs. These bonds have made our high school experience truly unforgettable. We were pet guinea pigs, so we didn't know what to expect in that exam. We came here because of passing for school or being transferred at one point or another, but yet we all have the similar take on the school environment. Despite its size, we were not deterred to run all over the place in grades 7 to 8, playing water war or flower each other to celebrate their birthdays. We even had the audacity to skip classes and hide under the tree, as if we would go unnoticed in a small school. But one could only try. COVID happened during our tenure and tried that thing, but our teachers stood resolute in ensuring that we were accounted for and tried their best in getting us up to speed when we returned for face-to-face classes. To our teachers, thank you for your support, your guidance, and patience. The teachers have not only imparted knowledge, but also instilled in us the values of perseverance, integrity, and life lessons that will carry us through as we move forward. Remember those mornings when they used to drill us and remember the core values? Hey, the teacher them determined, you know? But your dedication and passion have inspired us to strive for excellence, and for that we are profoundly grateful. We started out as strangers and had many differences and relationships along the way. The different groups were formed, such as the quiet studying crew always in the science lab. Give me Tony. Alright. What about the crew who love to wear their hair high? Exactly. The sports girls and boys were always ready for a challenge in whatever form, and those who just wanted to leave already. Well,
Today, we stand at the beginning of a new chapter, and I would like to share a few thoughts with my fellow graduates. The future is vast, uncharted territory filled with endless possibilities. We may face challenges and setbacks, but it is important to remember that each of us possesses the strength and resilience to overcome them. Let us carry forward the lessons we have learned and friendships we have made. Let us approach the future with an open mind and unwavering determination to make a positive impact on the world. Going out there, we won't have the teachers arguing with us to go to our classes or to settle down. We won't have them calling our parents to tell them to keep turning up late or are absent too often. We won't have the teachers on our back letting us getting the work done. We have been babied for 5 years, and now it's time to put on our big people clothes and step out into the world and hold our own. All that we have been accustomed to was a privilege, as others who will wonder what can go so. Gaynstead has been a springboard for many of us, propelling us into the beautiful unknown. Let us make our school proud. As a small institution, we are indeed a force to reckon with and can stand against any high school out there, but let us not forget the alma mater that molded us. In closing, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our family for their unwavering support and encouragement. You have been our pillars of strength, and we could not have reached this milestone without you. To my fellow graduates, see where we have come from? As we move forward, let us embrace the future with confidence and courage. The world is waiting for our contribution. It's actually ours for the taking, and I do not doubt we will rise to the occasion and achieve great things.
Well done, Natalia. Rise to the occasion, because you will achieve what? Great things. And at this time, we're going to do a period of reflection. We're going to just look at the years that you have spent here at Gaynstead High. Glad you had happy memories here at Gaynstead High School. Put your hands together. That video was done by no other than... So he's very versatile. And at this time, I'm going to ask Cassidy Cornwall to come. She's our senior prefect. And she will be introducing our guest speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, graduates. Good morning, teachers. Good morning, parents. And good morning, class of 2024. Right, let's start. Cleveland Hamilton, a opposition junior spokesperson on finance and planning. Mr. Cleveland Hamilton, a seasoned and dynamic debater, has extensive experiences in debating and public speaking, and has emerged an extraordinary talent within his field. He began his journey at the University of Technology, Jamaica, joining the ranks of the UTEC, Jamaica Debating and Public Speaking Society. During his undergraduate studies in 2017,
His unwavering passion and dedication to critical thinking and debating quickly earned him an endearing title of the debater all across the university campus. Within a mere semester as a student at the university, Cleveland's talent was recognized on a global level. At the tender age of 17, when he was selected to represent his university at the pinnacle of competitive debating in World Universities Debating and Championship. In Mexico City, Mexico, this would be the first of many international debates, including the Pan American Universities Debating Championship in Panama City, and again the World Universities Debating Championship in Bangkok, Thailand. His exceptional performances on the Jamaican debate circuit in 2019 landed him in an invitation participating in the international debate exchange with the University of the West Georgia. In the United States, where he once again exceeded all expectations, Cleveland's passion for public speaking led him to become its vice president in 2018/2019 academic year. And he quickly rose to presidency in the second semester of that year. He later made history as the longest serving president of the society in the last decade. Under his guidance, his team won the Cover Jade National Award for Debating Society of the Year, surprising his rivals institutions, UA, NCU, Michael, and etc. As president, he led the charge in strengthening pathos debate, which has become an attractive event on the calendar of the university. The society's reputation blossomed under his leadership, resulting in an increased student membership and support of the university's administration. Mr. Tomlinson was a fourth-time Dean's List awardee and received the Top Academic Achiever Award for having the highest GPA in his faculty. Cleveland graduated with the first class's honors was the valedictorian for 2021 graduating class, representing over 2,000 graduates. Mr. Tomlinson's keen and sharp mind has made him a rising figure on political and economic commentary. Who can be seen and heard in many popular media spaces. He is political, economic commentator on News Talk 93 FM, a prominent radio station in Jamaica, with his segment on radio called Cleveland's Corner, where he shares his perspectives on the economic and political issues in the local and international domains. Mr. Tomlinson currently pursues a Master of Science degree in economics, adding yet another impressive feature to his already astonishing resume, with great desires to see a transformed Jamaica with equal access to opportunities for all its people enjoy upward a socio-economic mobility. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce keynote speaker, Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson, Opposition June spokesperson on Finance and Planning.
Member of Parliament, Mr. Julian Robinson, Councillor for the Trafalgar Division, Mr. Jesse James Clark, Chairman of the School Board, Acting Principal, Acting Vice Principal, teachers, members of the academic and ancillary staff, parents, community members, but most importantly, the persons who are here today, and the reason we're here to celebrate them, our graduates. Good afternoon. Graduation is a very nostalgic time for me. It reminds me of just 7 years ago when I walked across the platform, graduated from grade 11. So I'm not much older than you. So we're still within the same generation, still within the same age range, basically. Because most of you graduated maybe 16, 17, and I'm not much older than that. But you're here under the theme, not just to thrive, or not just to survive, but to thrive. And I wondered what I wanted to talk to you about. And I wondered, should I come and tell them that greatness is inside them and that they should come and they should excel? And that they should put their best foot forward. But I think you know that. I think you already know that you live in a very competitive society and that it is very important that you do all that you can to make yourselves very competitive. Because not only are you competing with your peers here at Gaynstead High School, you're competing against your peers from other high schools. And it is necessary of you to do what you can to improve your skill sets to make you competitive. And I think you already know that. So that's not what I want to focus my conversation with you on today. And I also think you know that you are better off if you take 5 years out of your life now, struggle with the academic pressures of 5 years, from grade 7 to grade 11, so that the next 50, 60, 65 years are better. Rather than you gallivant, you squander, you have fun throughout high school, and then you have challenges earning and you have challenges for the next 50, 60 years or so that you will be living for. So I think you understand that. So that's not what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about our collective survival. And I've observed a pattern in the society, and I've made a thrust with myself that when I get the opportunity to talk to young people, that I will begin this mission of trying to change the narrative out there. And what I want to talk to you about, I wondered how well it will be received. I wondered if, is it appropriate to talk to me about that at a graduation ceremony? Because I do not want to discount. I don't want to take away from you the glory of what you have done to be completing secondary education. Because what you are doing is a significant feat. But I think it is problematic if we continue to just look at, well, we are churning out students from high schools, but then we're not looking at a larger societal problem that is taking place. So I'm going to quote some figures for you, and then I'm going to tell you what those figures represent. 1,846. 10,000, 3,600, and 7,000. These figures come from a report, a presentation rather, made by the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fitzbailey, at a graduation ceremony the other day. And I'll tell you what these numbers represent. 1,846 represents the number of youngsters under the age of 18 who are responsible for more than 10,000 incidents of assaults under the age of 18. And then more than 3,600 adolescents were killed by their peers. Right? And then the same age group was blamed for approximately 7,000 firearm offenses. These numbers are alarming because never should we have those numbers in a society representing a decline in social values and morals. So that is what I want to talk to you about today. I want to draw your attention to a problem that I have observed in the society. And I'm not the only one who has spoken about this. People have written in the newspaper about this. But I wanted you to have a clearer appreciation of what the problem is. And that it invariably affects us collectively. So that is why I thought it was appropriate. Because not only can it affect you individually, but collectively, all of us together, the entire society comes to suffer from this problem. It is indisputable that there is a decline in social values. And that when you look across the society, nobody significantly these days models these good behaviors. We are seeing where what was practiced then, where we would not only have respect for people within our immediate spaces, but we would have respect and appreciation for the dignity of other people around us, other people who we come to interface with and we come to interact with. But what do you see happening now? There's a stark difference. And the problem is that no longer are we embracing those very good values that have once underpinned the society that we know as Jamaica. And that is why we find that our adolescents are so quick to anger, that's one. They're very quick to lash out, and they're very quick to respond in aggressive manner. They're quick to engage in fights and disputes without finding the appropriate ways of resolving their challenges. It is a juvenile crisis that we have, parents. And we can never continue on this path. And not only do we have a collective responsibility to address it, and that is why I have made it my mission that whenever I get the opportunity to speak to young people, whatever the theme that they give me, I'm going to find a way to relate that theme to this problem. Because I think that this problem affects us in so many ways. And the challenges start from the breakdown in the homes, where there are insufficient parenting, where there are inadequate good values being taught at the homes. And then when we come to the schools, the problem is multiplied. And you can't tell me that I am observing something false. You can't tell me that Benassi good, that what I'm seeing is not true. Because you have seen the manifestation of gang violence within the schools, and you yourselves, parents and teachers and graduates, have seen an increased number of fights, an increased number of incidents where children are being killed by their peers. The other day, some months ago I believe, not recalling the exact day, there was a huge conflict that involved several students from different high schools. What I want to tell you is that we can't progress as a society in that kind of way. And why is it important that you get this message now? When you're leaving here, you're either going to sixth form at some other institution, or you're moving to university, like I did after grade 11 I started university. Some of you will go there, or some of you will enter the workforce. So you're going to leave, in some instances, some of you, the shelter that is provided by the school. And you are going to engage with people of different personalities, people who don't share your perspectives, people who don't agree with your views, and people who will push your button. You're going to engage with people who perceive that their views ought to be exalted above anything else. And you will be tempted to respond to them in ways that, as a society, we ought not to condone. So I want you to take a very conscious awareness of this problem, and that you must be an agent of change for yourself and for your community. Because collectively, if we have everybody these days being very quick to anger, and not appreciating that we must at least exercise a degree of respect for somebody else, and that we can walk away from conflict. And that there is not every issue that requires an aggressive response. And I want you to be able to differentiate between those instances. When you look down in St. Elizabeth, I think it was earlier this year, a student from a school was badly beaten, battered, sent to the hospital. Why? Because he stepped on the next boy class. That is ridiculous. It can't be that we lack this appreciation for others and their well-being. And there is something, parents, and you can agree with me, there's something that is very common in my generation. I say my generation, it includes the young people here who are graduating. There's just no care for others. There's this sense of what affects me, and I care about me, myself, and I. And it's all about instant gratification. What is it that enhances my satisfaction now? What gives me the greatest utility now? And we will do anything, even if what we are doing means that we're depriving somebody else of their liberty, we're depriving somebody else of the respect that they do, and that we're going to deprive somebody of their life. It can't continue. There is something that I feel very passionately about that contributes to this problem of declining social values in our society. Everybody head hot these days. And I think hugely, and this is very controversial, I think that what we absorb around us contributes to that. So many of you won't agree with me, but I think the very music that you listen to is an influence on the kind of behavior. So I hear the argument, there's the argument that music is not responsible or doesn't contribute at all to the kind of decline in good principles and good values and the practice of these morals. And I say, if we listen to music when we're sad, and we want the music to motivate us, if we see music as a force of good, and you agree, we accept that music is a force for good, and we accept that when we are sad, when we're seeking motivation or inspiration, we listen to some songs, and they motivate us, and they encourage us. If that is true, then you have to accept that music that glorifies violence equally will influence you to react in a violent way. Whilst you're going to say, and I hear the argument against it, that the artist not tell nobody if you're going to do nothing wicked. The artist doesn't tell you what is being reflected in the society. But the two can happen at the same time. The music can reflect what is happening in the society, but also glorifies what is happening in the society. And because it glorifies what is happening in the society, it is leaving an impression in the minds of our adolescents that it is legitimate and it is an acceptable way of resolving the conflict. Yeah. And that ought not to be true. That ought not to be the case. And I don't want to live in a Jamaica where this juvenile crisis becomes far more expanded. Because if we are to take the figures presented by the police, 3,000 adolescents killed by their peers. Those are 3,000 lives lost. These are not adolescents being killed by people older than them. They're being killed by people like you. That is ridiculous. That our country must lose 3,000 valuable individuals that could have contributed to national development. Because in each and every one of you, there is the potential to contribute positively to societal advancement. But the opposite of that is true. And that in each and every one of you, you can contribute to the decline in society. Which one will you be? Because when you leave here, and you are put into the society, and you engage on a larger platform with different people. Like I said, you're in schools, you're in school now, you see the same faces around you every day. But when you leave here, you go to university, you see thousands of people you never see before. For those who are going to sixth form, when you leave here and go to another school, you see different faces. You have to practice a level of restraint and think of the kind of society that you live in. I don't want to live in a society where increasingly young people have no respect, young people have no appreciation for people's dignity. And young people like me, I tell you, you're not much older than me. At most, I'm 7 years older than you. So I think that I'm quite legitimate in telling you what I see and telling you that that's not how I want the country to go. And you can imagine, if 3,000 youngsters like yourselves are being killed now because of this problem, can you imagine if the problem is not addressed? Then what we're going to have is that number ballooning and getting higher. That is a waste of potential. The potential that is inside you to be a positive contributor to economic activity that will uplift the country and present a better country for you to live in. And I didn't plan on being long. And they told me that should be about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So, in wrapping up, I want you to have an appreciation that the violence in our society is being advanced by people like you. So when you hear the crime statistics and you hear how many people being killed and you think that, it's people outside of your age group doing this. Absolutely not. They contribute, yes. But the figures I presented to you indicates that a significant number of the violence being permeated across the society is being done by young people. So you must make a difference. You have to think of that path that you want to go. And I've always wondered, why we can't restrain ourselves. Is that the idea of prison is not sufficient. And the idea that years of your lives will be deprived from you is not sufficient. It can't continue in a particular way. So you must appreciate for yourselves that there's a difference that can be made. Going forward, practice restraint. Going forward, extend a degree of consideration to somebody else. Step out of the selfishness. And yes, us Gen Z, that's our generation, they call us Gen Zs. We can be very selfish, very caught up with our own needs and desires. But I think that this is the right message for you at this time, because you are at a pivotal moment when you are going to engage now with the larger society. Like I said, some of you will go to the workforce immediately. Some will go to university, etc. You're going to leave Gaynstead, you're going to engage with different people. If you are one of them who practices the kind of unkind, ill-like behavior I spoke of, let's try to make a concerted effort to change that. And to the parents, you are an important element. I tell you that the political directorate has a responsibility. They have a role. Government has a role. Ministry has a role to put in place the programs, the interventions. But like I started, I will end. That a significant responsibility rests on you. And that you have to fix up your household. You have to fix up your yard. And you have to make your household a better and more conducive place to raising people who are conducive for the advancement of society. You can't produce people from your homes that are problematic to society. You don't correct them, you don't change them, you don't intervene. And then, when the problems arise, you lift your hands and you blame political directorate, you blame government, and you blame different stakeholders. When you neglected and did not do sufficiently what you ought to have done. So there's an opportunity to reset. And let's do that reset. Let's do the reset from the homes for parents who are here. Let's do the reset in our lives as young people, let's start to appreciate more that we need a different direction for ourselves if we practice these kinds of behavior I spoke of. But collectively, if we see that kind of behavior, we must make every concerted effort to stop, to change course. And this is required for our collective survival and success as a country. So, the highlight of today's message is that our success is not just confined to ourselves, and that our success must also reflect an advancement in society, and that advancement must see us reversing the decline in social behavior, social values, and good behavior. Let's put a stop to it. Let's save another generation, and let's think of a future where Jamaica can be far better with people who are far more conscious of their behavior. And let us produce, let us send good citizens out to Jamaica to contribute. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Tomlinson. Don't move. Tara Johnson, our head girl, deputy head girl, will be doing a presentation to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the graduating class of 2024 and the entire Gaynstead High community, I extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Stephen Thompson, Opposition Junior Spokesperson on Finance and Planning. Your presence here today is a true honor. Your impressive journey from your early days in public service to your role serves as a beacon of inspiration for our graduates as they embark on their career journeys. Your powerful words resonate deeply with all of us. Your insights on the significance of cultivating strong social values and community spirit in today's society were particularly thought-provoking and will undoubtedly guide the graduates as they navigate the exciting yet sometimes uncertain path ahead. We are incredibly grateful for your time and wisdom you have shared with us today. Thank you.
While that is going on, I'm gonna tell you the criteria that we need to make, the graduates need to make, sorry. Let me go over that. In order for the graduates to be eligible to be at this valedictory ceremony, they have to fulfill certain criteria. One, you know you have to come to school, right? And the punctuality is a part of it. You have to complete and be passing at least 5 or more subjects at the CXC level. So everyone here is sitting at least 5 or more CXC subjects. Put your hands together for them. And they must complete their hours of community service. How was that? Very challenging, don't it? You get a little taste of what the world of work will be, right? Some of you. Alright. So we want, without any further ado, I'm gonna ask the persons who will be graduating with honors and to come up and collect their school leaving certificates and diplomas. I'm gonna ask our chairman to assist us with this. Chesania Taylor. Misha Thomas. Nevada Bell. Athalia Hemmings. Shanika Lawrence. Shanique Lawrence, sorry. The following persons will be leaving with a credit diploma. They must be passing all 8 subjects. Kejon Bradrick. Akeem Henny. Christopher Thomas. Brianna Byfield. Brianna Vernon. Amira Williams. Kelissa Winter. Richard Clark. Nathan Marshall. Very helpful young man, Nathan. Cara Johnson, our deputy head girl. Very active in Key Club as well. You know she's going places. Chanel Mumby. Look out for her. She's very good in the athletics. The following candidates that I'll be calling have received a pass diploma, and they must be passing, as I said to you earlier on, a minimum of 5 subjects and must be sitting them in the CXC examination. Mark Cook. grade. Let me tell you, if you want your pictures to be drawn, consultation. Very good in the arts. Tation, I'm so proud of you. Our videographer, Jabari Skewman. Jatisha Arnold. Michaela Jones. Jamila Prendergast. Jada Lee Thomas. Now we'll have our school leaving certificates. Kimani Burbank. Orain Gonzalez. These are very helpful young men, always assisting, especially in devotion. Ashani Williams. Alwyn Wilson. Amoy Alex. Abigail Barrett. Alexia Barrett. Cassidy Carnwall. Tarika Francis. Britannia Gordon. Brianna Henry. Daniela Joseph. Osheen Lawrence. Akila Martin. Tiara Morgan. Nastasia Reed. Wayne Sigree. Jaib Shakespeare. Akeem Thompson. Kimisha Bernard. Shoshana Burgess. Shania Clementson. Najee Brito. Joanne. Joanne Levinus. Brianna Miller. Jada Simpson. Or I should say Corporal Simpson. The Gaynstead Cadet Unit. Lance Corporal, I stand corrected. Shannon Stevens. Ajay Taylor. Helena Walker. Put your hands together for them parents. They did an awesome job. And you did an awesome job. The following awards will be given to students with the highest average in their respective subject areas. So I'm going to ask, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to ask Mr. Jesse James Clark, Council of the Trafalgar Division, to come and assist us in handing out these awards. For information technology, we have Athalia Hemmings. Electronic document preparation and management, we have Misha Thomas. Office administration, we have Chanel Mumby, Brianna Byfield, and Shanique Lawrence. Principals of accounts, we have Chesania Taylor. Principals of business, Nevada Bell. you so much, Mr. Clark from the Trafalgar Division. And at this time, we're going to ask Mr. Marlon Henny to come, our PTA President, and he will be assisting in handing out these awards. English A, which is English language, goes to Athalia Hemmings. While she makes her way up, English literature goes to Shanique Lawrence. Theater Arts goes to Amira Williams. Espanol goes to Mr. Bell. Social Studies, Rihanna Byfield. Caribbean History, Amira Williams. Geography, Kelissa Winter. Technical Drawing, Building Tech, goes to Mark Street. And CXC Mathematics goes to Mark Street. Yes. Technical Drawing, Building Tech, and Maths. Thank you, Mr. Ennie. Now I'm going to ask the grade coordinator, Mrs. Dixon, to come. She will be handing out the following. Chemistry and Physics, Athalia Hemmings. Food, Nutrition and Health, Nevada Bell. Family and Resource Management, Kelissa Estrebe. She's absent. Office Administration, Shanique Lawrence. This award is given to students who has shown significant progress in their performance. It celebrates their hard work, dedication, and the positive changes they have made in their academics, behavior, and work attitude. I'm going to ask Mrs. Daly. Thank you, Mrs. Dixon. I'm going to ask Mrs. Daly, our acting vice principal, to come at this time. Information Technology, Rihanna Vernon. Electronic Document Preparation and Management, Jahir Fuller. Office Administration, Jabari Stewart. Yes, Jabari. Principles of Accounts, Misha Thomas. Principles of Business, Michaela Jones. English Language, Shania Clementson. Tori Bingham and Kimisha Bernard. For English Literature, Kendron Broderick and Shania Clementson. Miss Wedderburn, could you please make your way up? Thank you so much, Mrs. Daly. Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson. Spanish, Nevada Bell. Math, we have Chesania Taylor, Nevada Bell, and Abigail Bart. These are our most improved students. Abigail. I'm proud of you. Human and Social Biology, Kedron Broderick. Biology, Richard Clark. I'm happy for having. Chemistry, Shannon Stevens. Most improved, right? Physics, Cassidy Carnwall. Food, Nutrition and Health, Ashani Williams. And Physical Education, Jada Lee Thomas. Thompson, English Literature. Thank you so much, Miss Wedderburn and Miss Thompson. And at this time, I'm going to ask them.
I am strong. I am a strong black man. I mean, to move on my nation. Fierce tribulation. I am strong. Stronger than you think. I am a cemetery mistress. They that the bricks are taking up the sun. The work can't done. Pep just can't see. Just done. Pep just can't see. Just me never make a car in a miss, cause it don't make no sense. Me never become bad. Me never car in a miss, cause it don't make no sense that when it all go done, me a walk hard day in the sun. My glory days, yes it all go come. I am stronger.
Recognizes a student who consistently demonstrated leadership in school activity, actively participated in extracurricular activities, had no discipline infringement in grades 10 and 11, and completed a community service project. This award is presented to Miss Chesania Taylor. Thank you, Mrs. Daly. And I'm going to ask the chairman to come, as we will be presenting this student with the Chairman's Award. The Chairman Award is for excellence and is presented to the graduates with the highest academic average, that's between 95 to 100% in attendance, no failing grade in grade 11, and a minimum of 4 A's. And this award goes to Miss Athalia Henry. Put your hands together for your head girl. She has worked for it. And I'm going to thank you, sir. I'm going to ask Mrs. Dixon to come. And this award is the most outstanding female, and it's given to the female who has consistently demonstrated academic excellence. This student is also recognized for her positive contribution to school leadership. Drum roll, please. And it goes to Athalia. She was upward toiling through the night. Most outstanding male. This award is given to the male student who has consistently demonstrated academic excellence. This student is also recognized for his positive contribution to extracurricular activities in the area of football. And it goes to Mark. No. Our top student in the graduating class of 2024. This award is given to the student who has demonstrated exceptional academic achievement, a strong commitment to learning, and a positive influence on school community. This student has also made the honor roll every term or every semester since grade 10. And this award goes to Athalia Emmy. Put your hands together. She worked and she worked and she worked some more. Great Supervisor Award for 1150. I'm going to ask Miss Thompson to come. But she was our acting grade coordinator for grade 11. Homeroom Teacher Award for 1150 goes to Shanique Lawrence and Nevada Bell. This award is given to the students based on their attendance and participation in homeroom activities. Students are also recognized for their helpfulness, congeniality. They are also a positive influence and being a positive role model to their peers, supportive and encouraging, responsible, and shows great leadership qualities, and they are also good citizens. Homeroom Teacher Award for 1151 goes to Tarika Francis and Kedron Broderick. And the Grade Supervisor Award goes to Cara Johnson. Thank you so much, Miss Thompson. I'm gonna ask Pastor Brown. Pastor Brown, can you please come? Outstanding performance in sports. This award is given to the athlete who has consistently demonstrated outstanding skill and dedication to their craft. And this year's recipient is Daniela Joseph. While the graduating class gets ready for their Thank you so much, Pastor Brown. I'm going to ask the graduating class of 2024 to stand. Please make your way to the stage. It's your time to shine.
Huh?